You're listening to Independent TV 7. Kindly click on the like button and don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel at Independent TV 7. Also, don't forget to click the bell icon to get more notification. Thanks for watching. Yeah, according to Omoyele Sowore, he says Malami is the worst Attorney General so far. The Attorney General of the Federation, Abubarka Malami, according to Sowore says he is the worst Attorney General that Nigeria has ever had. So far. I used to say it in all my comment and statement that Malami does not worth the position of the Attorney General of the Federation. It's just like you give a cloth that is supposed to be sewn by a fashion designer, you give it to a vulcanizer or a carpenter. How do you want that person to deliver? Well, Omoyele Sowore, a pro-democracy campaigner, on Monday branded Abubarka Malami, the Attorney General of the Federation (AGF) and Minister of Justice, as the worst so far. According to Sowore, via his verified Facebook page, Malami is unfit to parade himself as a lawyer in a serious crime or a serious country, which is coming from Omoyele Sowore from his Facebook, verified page. He says he is the worst so far. Malami can't be qualified to become a lawyer in any sane country or serious country. I thought no Attorney General could be worse than Ahondaka, rather. Okay, there is also this Ahondaka was a Attorney General, and then Malami came along. If worse is the case, because Attorney General is even worse and incompetent as hell, nepotistic in the extreme, and shamelessly lawless, in addition to being largely ignorant of the law. Yes, Abubakar has been so ignorant of the law. Maybe he's doing it intentionally, or maybe he's been sentimental. But as it is, Malami himself has not even been helping matters from his discharge of duty, for all his submission and his antecedents, as the Attorney General of the Federation to Buhari-led administration. Well, the one-time presidential aspirant was reacting to an update by political activist Dele Farotimi, who also degraded Malami, describing him as incompetent as hell. He is also nepotistic in the extreme and shamelessly lawless. In addition to being largely ignorant of the law, Sowore concurs to Farotimi. He says Malami is the worst so far Nigeria president has got to represent the president. Malami can't qualify to become a lawyer in any serious country. Well, revolution now, Buhari must go. Sowore has been advocating for a revolution because the bad governance and nepotism, or being nepotistic in his administration, that's the word to be used. But Buhari himself went to the United Nations to seek for help. But the only good thing, or the only good word Buhari gave, was that he said he's going to combat terrorism. So he has finally declared these Boko Haram insurgents as terrorists, because they that use the presidency to cover up, they say attack on Boko Haram is attack on the north in general, but easily he could proscribe the indigenous people of Biafra as being a terrorist, but rather he never deem it fit to even proscribe or give the names to Boko Haram as being a terrorist. Well, both men scathing remarks of Malami seem to have emanated from the Attorney General of the Federation's recent statement that no state had the power to lay claim to the collection of value-added tax (VAT) in the country, and this is what even brought the sentiment and nepotism, also the incompetency. Maybe he's shying away from the law, maybe he knows the law and he does not want to disseminate the law, but as it is, from this word he said, he is incompetent. To overlook this and say, okay, maybe Malami not missing word, or is just ignorant of the law. What about the invasion of Igbo's house? He is still the Attorney General of the Federation. Okay, not let's talk about the Igbo House. Let's talk about the Nnamdi Kanu that was being kidnapped from Kenya down to Nigeria. Don't or didn't he know that it was against the law? It was illegal. He was the first person to even, give the information, which we have the Minister of Information, Lai Mohammed, who should have given that information and report that Nnamdi Kanu was arrested. But he said Nnamdi Kanu was arrested. Does he not know the law? But when it comes to Abba Kiari or their own people, Fulani, yes, they will now quote law for you that this is what the law says from A to Z. That means is full of nepotism. So everybody in his right senses would know that Malami is incompetent. So everybody is describing him as incompetent AGF. I don't know where Buhari got all these people from. Not only Malami, even Garuba Shehu himself, those that call themselves Femi Adesina and the likes of him, they are, I don't know, maybe they are shying away from the law, or maybe they don't know the law, or they are just trying to be politically correct or play politics for Nigerians. Well, to their own detriment, to their own antecedent. The world is watching. International organizations, they are all watching. They know what is at stake as a sovereign state. They know what is at stake as it is to work with Nigeria. Yes, that is why the Secretary General of the United Nations said to Buhari that Buhari should use this medium, an opportunity for coming to the United Nations Congress, to make sure to stabilize the Africa country. So that was what he told Buhari himself. The incompetency of Malami and Buhari and his cohort are very, very glaring and overwhelming. Well, Nigerians have been reacting and saying all sorts. I may not agree with Sowore on so many things. This is coming from a commentator. He says, I may not agree with Sowore on so many things, but not on this. That means he's agreeing with Sowore on this. He said, for me, the word worst is too mild to use in describing Malami's activities and performance as an attorney general. Honestly, Malami is a complete disgrace to Nigerians in all spheres. Okay, so what this person simply means is that he may not have agreed with Sowore on so many things, but on this, for Sowore to have used that word worst is not is not even solid enough. That if he wants to, describe Malami, should have described Malami as being a disgrace or complete disgrace to Nigerians in all ramifications. In fact, Malami is a terrible and worse than the worst attorney. Well, that is my point exactly. He's a product of quota system and not on merit, and is not worth or to be or worthy to be either a father or in a family, or he is not is not even in his right senses. Well, that's the absolute truth. Nigeria's opinion so was that he contributed to the downfall of Nigeria. They are the ones deceiving Buhari, him and Garuba Shehu and his likes, Lai Mohammed. It's been a while now that Lai Mohammed has even spoken, because he does not even have any lie to tell us, because everything that is so glaring that everybody is agitating for is the truth. So he may not want to contradict Buhari or the Attorney General. The same way Buhari was interviewed on Arise TV that, do you want me to contradict my Attorney General? They are all bird of the same feather. They slept together in one place and put the same head in one place and in one basket. Well, this is where I'm going to stop. I would like to share your comments. Thanks for listening.